Hi, my name is Ben with Huntsville Blast, and we asked you guys on Facebook the following question. You know you live in Huntsville when these are your best answers. You drive to Nashville because plane tickets are $400 cheaper with no stop in Atlanta. I do enjoy flying in and out of Huntsville Airport when I can. It's just so convenient and there's like never any lines. You just shrug when you can't tell if it's thunder or rocket engines. You know you're from Huntsville when people look at you funny for having one road with 3 or 4 names. Airport, Carl T. Jones, Big Cove Road, I'm looking at you. You take your expired bread to the Ducks at Big Spring Park for the day. It becomes a day to connect with nature and great food with a museum in the afternoon. That is truly a lovely way to spend a day in Huntsville. However, I will say bread is actually really bad for ducks, so I recommend using some of the duck feed that they have in little dispensers around the park. You say, oh, another subdivision popped up when you drive around somewhere you haven't been in a week, when you still call Mid-City Madison Square Mall. You see an article hyping Huntsville and you rush to the comments to gatekeep. Stop that. When you see the beautiful egg beater Jesus. When there's no Milos. I miss Milos so much. I grew up in Birmingham and I need them to bring another Milos here, ASAP. You can remember a time when all the lights on University were timed right to drive from UAH to home in 5 points. That is a unique experience I can't relate to, but that's kind of neat. When you go somewhere and always run into someone you know, usually another native. That is one of my favorite things about Huntsville. It has those small town vibes with big city amenities. You know you've been here for a minute when you call the Parkway Place Mall Parkway City Mall and your adult child says, what? When you overhear in a bar, yes, I am a rocket scientist. When you know the best restaurants, Bandito, China Taste, Big Spring Cafe, Blue Plate, and a good Hub's Grub sandwich. I actually haven't had Hub's Grub. I need to go check that out. You're a Havoc season ticket holder. When you've been out of town and you see the rocket and you smile because you love living here. Amen. Well, that's all we have for you today, Huntsville, but thanks for watching and we'll see you next time. Bye.